Okay, so present perfect continuous. Everybody remember present perfect? Let me put that up real quick, actually. There, my up-to-date example. So everybody remember your present perfect? Started in the past, continues in the present, have or has plus participle. Okay. Keep practicing this because we do use it a lot in English. Okay. Hi, Elizabeth.
Hi, teacher. Good morning.
Good morning. Okay, so present perfect is this started in the past, okay? And we're gonna look at, like I said, what we call present perfect continuous. Okay. The form, as I said, is actually a little easier than the standard present perfect, so that'll be nice. The biggest thing is how to use it. Okay, and we will get into that later. Okay. All right. So here's the form. Okay. So same rule as always, as far as I, you, we, or they, it's have. He, she, or it's going to be has. Now, what's different of the present perfect, standard present perfect, you're always using been. So that's the only participle that you have to worry about is been, because it's always going to be been. And then whatever verb with ing. Okay. And this is all on Canvas, just so you know, as usual. Okay. So, for example, I have been teaching English for many years. So we're still doing that started in the past, continues in the present. Started in the past, continues in the present. She has been working at Target since 2020. Started in the past, continues in the present. So the difference here is how you're making the verb. Always been, and then any verb plus ing. Okay. I have been living in California all my life, and I'm still here. Sandra has been studying with me
Since
since last semester, and she's still here. Hey, Jerry. Okay. So, like I said, the form is actually a little simpler because it's just have been or has been, and you all know your ing verbs, so no problem there. So you don't have to think about 100 different past participles. It's always going to be been, been. Okay. All right. Any questions here so far? Like I said, the form is not bad. It's the use that we'll
Not
go
yet.
we'll go into that, and I have two kinds of practices set up. So, all right. Okay, so here we go. What do we use it for? You can see it's the same rule as we did for that form of present perfect. Something that started in the past and continues in the present. Okay. This continues part makes a lot of, it's more logical in my opinion because you're seeing that verb with ing. And way back in level 1, you learned that ing means happening now. And this is something that is part of the meaning here, continuing now. All right. Okay. What's similar? Okay. Sometimes you can use either present perfect or present perfect continuous, and they basically mean the same thing. Okay. I can say she has worked at Costco for 3 years, or she has been working at Costco for 3 years. Same thing. Exactly the same. She started 3 years ago. She's continuing.
Okay.
So here are your key verbs. If you're talking about live, work, or study, it'll be exactly the same meaning. Okay. So I use the verb work, but you could also say live. I have lived in Stanton for 30 years. I have been living in Stanton for 30 years. Either one is fine. Study. So you can use this for you. I have studied English for 2 months. I have been studying English for 2 months. No problem. Either one's fine. All right. Questions on this slide before I move? Everybody still okay and breathing? We'll see when we get to the practice, right? Okay.
I have a question. Working in the past time and the working is the present time?
Well, see, that's why you have to look at the whole verb.
Oh,
Because this is a participle.
okay.
It's not past.
Okay.
Has worked, meaning it started in the past and continues.
Oh, okay.
Has been working, there's your started in the past and there's the continuing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So you can't just look at one part of the verb, you got to look at the whole thing.
Okay.
That's the key, right?
Okay.
If I change this and I say she is working, that's only now, right?
Okay.
But if I say she has been working, that includes the past and now.
Okay.
So that's the big thing, is looking at the whole verb, not just one piece.
Okay.
And that's really important.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, good question. Hey, Araceli. Oh, can she hear me? Oh, that's right. She can't talk. She's probably at work. Sorry. Sorry, you can always say hi in the chat. Okay. All right. Okay. Here are the differences. Oh, hold on. Araceli's connecting to audio. Let's see. There we go. Okay, now she can hear me. Hi, Araceli. I know you're probably at work, so we'll stick to the chat for you. So here's the big thing, is the differences, right? So we talked about the verbs live, work, and study. Basically the same. I have lived, I have been living. I have worked, I have been working. Those you can use either one, it's fine. But there are times when you can't use one or the other, or you should use one or the other. All right. This is the more complicated part of the grammar. All right. So, I put my usual disclaimer. Do not worry about always getting these correct at the beginning, okay? This takes a little practice as far as meaning. Again, the form is easy because it's just have been and then the ing, okay? But the meaning and when you use them, this takes a little time. All right. So here are the 4 main ideas about when you use continuous, okay? And I have a separate slide for each one. giving you examples. Okay. So the first is what we call emphasis. Does anybody know what is emphasis?
No, I don't know.
I know some of you are thinking in your language. It's like, I know it in my language, but what about English? Emphasis is like, what part is stronger? Okay. What part is more important? So, for example, a lot of my emphasis in class is speaking, because I believe that you can't learn a language if you don't practice speaking it. And two is grammar, right? Because language is grammar. How do you put the words together? Right? So that's the idea of emphasis. What's the most important? Okay. All right. So there's number one. Number two is when you're saying how much and how many. And we'll look at the example for that one. Okay. Number three is action versus completion. So is the action still continuing, or has it finished? Remember, present perfect has different meanings. It could mean continuing, or it could mean sometime in the past. I have been to Disneyland. I'm not there now, so it's a finished thing. Okay. And then the last one is what we call temporary. What is temporary?
No.
Only now.
Time.
Only a short time, right? It's not forever. Good. Or unusual. Whatever is not the normal situation. Okay. So we can use continuous for that. So like I said, this will take a little time to kind of get these clear. So we're going to look at each one of these four separately with the examples. So you start getting an idea. Like I said, just like with anything in English, you're not going to get it in one day. It's going to take time and practice. Okay? And it's Monday. So breathe. Okay. So number one, emphasis. Okay. So present perfect, have plus participle. I have taught for 31 years. Okay. I started teaching 31 years ago, and I'm still a teacher. Present perfect continuous, you can do the same thing. I have been teaching for 31 years. The meaning here is that emphasis. Wow, 31 years and I'm still teaching. Wow. Okay, this one is a little more, okay, I've taught for 31 years. This one is more like, oh my God, I've been teaching for 31 years and I'm still doing it. Wow. That's the idea of emphasis, right? The time is the same. Started in the past, continues in the present. Okay. The continuous puts more importance on how much time, that 31 years, and that it's still continuing. So you're saying the continuing part is really important. The wow part is important. So more emphasis is going on the continuing part. All right. Questions on the number one use?
Teacher,
Yeah.
I have a question in the present perfect in the let's left
Left
side.
side, yeah, okay.
It's in the start teaching 30 years ago. Is it correct teaching? That was because it's in
Say it
present
again.
continuous. It's in present continuous teaching, right?
Well, what I'm doing here is I'm explaining the meaning of this.
Mhm.
Oops, sorry, I lost my pen there. So I'm explaining what this means. This is when I started. Don't, like I said, don't get hung up on the ing, and that's the only thing. This is the verb.
Yeah.
I started 31 years ago. That's when I started.
Yeah. No.
Okay. That's when I started. But you look at this, the whole verb, to say, oh, it's not finished yet.
Mhm.
Okay. Yeah, so this is one of the problems, is one of the first things you learn in English is that ing. So everybody sees the ing and they go, oh, now. But you have to, this is, Yahira and I were talking about this earlier. You have to look at the whole sentence, the whole verb. And not just the verb. ing can also be used for things like adjectives. So if I say, let me give you one. My teacher is boring. Is the verb. Boring is describing the teacher. It's an adjective. So, like I said, you got to look at the whole thing, not just that ing, because that will mess with your head.
Okay.
Yeah? Did I answer your question okay?
Yeah. Okay.
You sure? Okay. It's a hard one to explain. It's one of those. But yeah, look at the whole meaning, not just a little part. Because we use ings for a lot of things. But yeah, in this case, the verb is started.
Yeah.
Okay.
No.
What
No.
did you start? I started teaching. I started my class. I started learning English. So, okay. All right. Anything else on this? Looks like
Now
Elizabeth lost her
easy.
internet. Go ahead, Gazelle.
Now everything understand, easy everything, but when we will start practice, oh why? What?
Welcome to English.
Yeah. No question.
Yeah, I mean, it's just, yeah, languages are complicated. They all are. That's why I said take a breath, breathe. It's going to take time. All right. And like I said, I have a couple different practices set up, so. All right, so that's emphasis. You're just putting more emphasis on the now part. It still includes the past. You're just saying how important the continuing part is. All right, number 2. How much or how many? So this is kind of the opposite. Okay. So in this case, I have correct and not correct. Okay. So I can say she has drunk 3 cups of coffee today. Right? There's your standard present perfect. Has plus participle. So this is correct. 3 cups of coffee so far. Today's not finished. So, she might have more. This is not correct. She has been drinking 3 cups of coffee? No. With how much or how many in amount, you cannot use the continuous. This is what this would mean. If, for example, if I say I have been drinking 3 cups of coffee, that means I have 3 cups right now, and I'm drinking that one, and then that one, and then that one, and I've been doing that all day. Okay. Doesn't work, right?
Maybe the correct form is she has been drinking coffee, right?
No, she has drunk.
She has drunk.
Yeah, she has drunk. That's the only way to do this one. When the day is finished, you could just say pass. She drank 3 cups today. That means today is finished and she's not drinking anymore. Okay. But yeah, the has been drinking with quantity, like the how many or how much, doesn't work. Okay. So if you're saying how much or how many, you're going to have to use that standard present perfect and figure out the participle. All right. So that's the basic rule there. If you're doing how much or how many, don't use the continuous form. Go back to the present perfect. Okay. All right. Any more questions on this one before I go to 3? Oh, we okay so far? Okay. Okay. Action versus completion. Okay. So completion means finished, right? Complete, finished. Okay. So you remember with present perfect. In fact, let me switch to my note page real quick. So you remember with present perfect, let me put a bullet in here. So we have the started in past, continues in present, which is what's similar to what we're doing now, the present perfect continuous. But we also have the sometime in the past. Okay, like my example earlier, I have been to Disneyland. No specific time, it just means sometime in my life. Okay, everybody remember that one? Remember when we were doing have you ever? Have you ever been to Japan? Have you ever studied math? Have you ever? It just means sometime in your life. Okay? That is what we call action for this part. Okay, there was an action sometime in the past. Okay. Or sorry, excuse me, I misspoke. That's completion. My apologies, I used the wrong word. So, for example, I have done the homework on Canvas. No specific time. It just means you did it sometime in the past, and it's finished. Okay, this is definitely not something that's continuing. Okay, I have done the homework on Canvas. Done. Okay, action. I have been doing the homework on Canvas. The focus is on the doing. It's not finished. Okay. Oh, I'm sorry. Let me try that again. This is focusing on the action. It's not finished.
No.
I have done. I'm finished.
I have been to.
Mhm. I know, Gazelle. Gazelle's like, oh my God. Don't worry, everybody's thinking the same thing right now. Don't worry, you'll get there. Okay.
I have been doing it's like I now do, yeah.
No, have been doing means you
I
started in the past
started
and you're
last
continuing.
time. Oh, okay. Yeah.
Started in the past and continuing with it. Yes. Yeah. If you want only now, I am doing,
Yeah.
right? That's only present. But have been doing means in the past and continuing.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
I see.
Okay. So this is what to think about if you're not sure which one to use. Is it finished? Or are you still doing it? Okay. Look at these two examples. With present perfect and present perfect continuous. So first sentence, I have read the book.
Mm-hmm.
I have
Second
read the
sentence,
book.
You
I
you
have been
already finished.
reading the book.
I
You're
have
still
read.
doing.
You're still doing it. Exactly. So which sentence says that you finished?
The first one, I have read
First,
the.
I have read the book is finished. I have been reading.
you're
I
still
didn't
reading.
finish it yet, right?
Mhm.
I've been reading that book, but I'm not finished with it yet.
Mm.
The action is on the emphasis is on the reading. This I have read means I finished the book. So again, that goes back to the kind of have you ever. Right? Oh, have you ever read that book? Yeah, I've read that book. I've been reading that book means yeah, I've read some of it, but I'm not finished yet.
Teacher.
Hold on, give me a second. I got a question in the chat. Should an action mean present perfect continuous? Yeah, so Araceli has a good question in the chat. So if it's something that's completed, it's present perfect only? Yes. Because continuous
That you're
has
still
that.
doing.
Thanks, Ruby. Continuous has that continuing meaning, right? So present perfect continuous is never gonna include the finished part of present perfect. It's always gonna be the continuing in the present. So yes, good point. If it's something that's finished sometime in the past, have you ever, that's only present perfect. When you use present perfect continuous, it has to be continuing. It cannot be finished. Okay. Ruby's got driving with a little car. Don't be looking for emojis if you're driving, Ruby. Seriously. Next message I'm going to get. I just had an accident. All right, one more. I know this is a lot. Okay. Temporary or unusual situations. Okay. If it's not the usual thing for you, if it's just only for now, okay, you can use the present perfect continuous. Okay. So, for example, I have been taking the bus to work. Okay. So if you usually drive, okay, but your car broke, it's at the mechanic. So you can say, I have been taking the bus. But it's only temporary. I'm just waiting for my car to come back. Okay, so this is a very common use. Okay. My computer broke, so I have been using my tablet. Okay. I usually take my kids to school, but my husband has been taking them to school because I had to work in the morning. Okay, so temporary, not usual, different. Okay. When you use present perfect here, I have taken the bus to work. That's the have you ever. And it's finished. Okay. I have taken the bus sometime in the past, but I'm not doing it now. So this I think is well, not this slide in particular, but the biggest part difference between present perfect and present perfect continuous is when it started in the past and continues in the present, because that can be both. So it just mostly that's emphasis. Do you want the importance to be on the now, the continuing? Okay. Or not. Right? So if you can just say, I have studied English for 6 months. The importance is on, how long you studied, right? I have been studying for 6 months. You're putting more importance on the continuing part. Okay, but they have the same meaning. So it's okay to use either one. Like I said, live, work, and study, they're pretty much equal. Okay. Again, I know this is a lot of information, but I've always been the teacher who says, let you have all the information and then we'll practice, practice, practice. All right, this should be, yeah, that's my last slide. All right, let me show you what this looks like on Canvas, because like I said, with the new rules, some of the pages are looking a little different. So I did this a little differently. Okay. Let me make this a little bigger. Okay. So this is this tabs thing I started last week, because this is one of the accessibility things. Okay. So as far as the actual form, okay, have or has plus been plus a verb with ing. Okay. Can everybody see that okay? If I make it too big, I'm afraid I'll lose a tab. Okay. Hi, Alejandro.
Hello, good morning, everyone.
I'm gonna message Elizabeth. I think she lost her internet. Okay, so here's the positive. Okay. Have or has plus been plus the ing. Okay. Again, these are in tabs. So remember, you click up here to get the different information. So negative. Okay. Same pattern, except you add the not after have. Have plus not plus been plus your verb. Okay, and you can do the contraction if you want to say haven't or hasn't. That's fine too, same thing. So this is the only difference in the negative is you're adding the not here. Mm-hmm. All right, questions, which I'm actually just going to give you the questions today, so you don't have to worry about making these yet, okay? But the questions, it's just that flip, like we do with the verb be. He is happy. Is he happy? In this case, I have. Have I? Okay, so you're just flipping for a question. Have goes first, and then your subject. And then exactly the same, been, and then verb with ing. And I've also got some sample answers. So you can see the yeses and the nos. Okay. All right. So if I say, have you been sleeping during class today?
No, I haven't.
No,
No, I
haven't.
have not.
Okay, good. Everybody said no. Good. All right.
No.
Okay. Has Ruby been driving during class?
Yes,
Yes,
Yes, she
has.
has.
she
Yes, she
has.
has. Mhm,
She
exactly. Okay, good. So that short answer is just like present perfect. If the question is have or has, you're going to answer have or has. Okay, so that's exactly. All right, so here's all the forms. Okay, on different tabs. There's also a video from one of my favorite YouTube sites. These guys are really good. So you can also watch the video. Let me point out one thing. This tense has two names. I call it continuous because to me that's easy to remember. Continuous, continuing. But it's also called present perfect progressive. Progressive, it's progressing. Okay. So when you see this anywhere on in grammar books, on websites, you might see the word continuous or you might see the word progressive. It's the same. It's the same thing. So don't worry.
Okay.
So don't worry. Okay. They even do this with like present continuous, like I am going. Some people call it present progressive. I am going. It's exactly the same thing. Okay. So they just happen to call it progressive in this website. Okay. But there's a little video for you to watch. Okay. All right. A little quiz for you. Okay. This is the one please do the quiz. I had to make it twice because Canvas is giving me problems. So I had to type each of these up twice. So do the quiz. Okay. It's just filling in the verb forms. Okay. Now, here we go to uses that we just did, those 4 slides, 1, 2, 3, 4. I put the presentation right here. So if you want to see it exactly like we did it in class, just click here and this will open up. And I don't know why they always do it. It's always so big, but so you'll see exactly what we just did in class here. Okay. Again, for accessibility, this is something that you might be saying again in the future. These little arrows, it's kind of like on a website where you click on the arrow and you get more information. This is the same PowerPoint basically, but it's in this form. So if you click on the, there you go, there's the introduction. Okay, so this is all nice and compact, so you don't have to be scrolling up and down anywhere. Okay. And then if you click it again, it'll go away. Okay, the form. There we go, exactly the same information I just showed you on the presentation. And you can click it back up. Okay, so any of these, if you want to look at them separately, you're like, what was that how much and how many rule? You can open this up. Oh, and there you go. There's the example that was on the slide. Okay, so you don't have to do a bunch of scrolling up and down to find what you want. So form, what do we use it for? Similarities, differences. And then the 4, when do I use continuous? Okay. And a little study tip. The website actually, I did not make this one. The website actually came up with this. If you're not sure which one, present perfect or present perfect continuous, ask yourself, is it still continuing? Am I focusing on the activity or the finished? Finished is present perfect only. Okay. Am I describing temporary or like all the time, general? Hi, Ruben.
Good morning.
You late people are lucky I'm recording. Just saying.
Oh, oh,
You're not the only one, Ruben.
okay.
All right. And again, I put a video up. This one's a little longer. It's like 12 and a half minutes. But it'll give you some good listening practice and another review of this at the same time. It compares the two, present perfect and present perfect continuous. Okay. And Lucy's pretty good. She speaks very clearly. Okay. So, like I said, this is not something you're going to learn in a day. It's going to take a little time and practice. The first practice today, I actually made the questions for you. So you'll read the question with your group and then you'll answer using the same grammar. It's all present perfect continuous at the moment. Okay, we're not comparing the two yet. No, just the continuous right now. Okay. All right, let me get this set up. I'm going to stop recording for a minute because you're going to go practice. Okay, so this is the part where everybody should have almost the same thing, right? But you're going to have different who's, and that's okay. Okay. So who have you been thinking about recently?
Which person?
I
have
They have.
I have been
Been thinking.
thinking
about my children recently.
And obviously everybody's going to have different who's here, but you should have the person here or people. Okay. I have been thinking about my family, my children.
Mhm.
Jerry said, didn't you say President Trump? Jerry said, I've been thinking about Trump. I hope you're thinking bad things. Not my favorite person. All right.
Teacher, always I thinking in him.
Oh, I'm thinking about my boyfriend. Okay, and this is terrible, but my boyfriend says, I wish the guy who shot him, I wish he was better at shooting. Like,
Oh my
really?
God.
Oh yeah. He says it's like, okay, I don't want anybody to die, but I would like to see a new president. That's for sure. All right. And hold on. Let me get these. There we go. Okay. All right. So this is kind of going the other way. Oh, Ruby, I gotta mute you. Hold on. Sorry. So this is kind of going the other way. Araceli said, thinking about Trump is wasting time. Love it. Okay. Who has been helping you lately? So it's not I, right? So you're going to have your who here.
Mm-hmm.
So my mother, my
My
son, my
husband.
husband.
Oh,
And then what do we have?
has been helping me.
My husband has been helping me lately.
Exactly. Exactly. Or you could let's put lately in there because it goes well with the present perfect continuous. Now, the only difference is if you have a plural here. Okay, so if you have my children,
My family.
She
Have.
it has.
Have.
I have.
family is has.
Yes.
Family is has because family is considered like it. But if you put, for example, my brothers, two brothers, then you would have, right? Because that's the same as they.
Okay.
So that's the only difference, but you should have this basic thing.
Okay.
Good.
Has is for the singular?
And have it's for the plural for days?
Well, it's not really singular and plural. It's the same way that simple verbs work.
Mhm.
So I, you, we, they have. He, she, it has.
Okay.
And that is on Canvas. So it shows those forms. Okay. Family is like it for some strange reason.
But
So
if
it uses has.
if we say family siblings have,
Then you would say my siblings have.
not family siblings, just
No.
siblings?
No. That's
No?
like saying it 2 times,
Oh, okay.
right? My brother's brothers. You know, you see it, yeah. So just siblings, because that already
Siblings
means
have.
family. Mhm. Yep. Okay, number 3 is the same thing. I did it reverse, right? What is the thing that has been motivating you? Okay. So again, you're going to put whatever it is first. Okay. So, my job, learning English, my teacher, my children. Okay.
Mm.
And again, depending on if it's I, you, we, they, well, not I, or he, she, it, we'll change the have or has. Okay. So if you do singular, it's going to be, for example, my mother
Have
has
been
been
motivating me
motivating
me
Me recently.
Mhm. Or if you have I, you, we, they,
What has been going well lately? What has been?
so depending on what your subject is.
Mhm.
Oh, I didn't realize I put three of these in here. I thought I only had 2. Sorry. This is another one. What has been going well lately?
My English has been better lately.
Going well.
Oi, going.
Because I want you to get the ing in there.
Ah,
Yes, your grammar was correct. My English has been better recently or lately. But I want you to do the ing in there. So to make sure we practice those. So my English has been going well lately. My class has been going well lately. Okay. My job has been going well lately. Whatever it is. Okay.
okay.
Okay, and the last one, I want to make sure we had a he, she, and not just all the yous. Okay. So what has Peter been studying recently?
Peter has been studying English recently.
You could say Peter or you could say he because you're answering the question.
Mm-hmm. He has been studying English recently.
There you go. So like I said, this is the part I wanted to make sure that we were getting was that grammar there. Have been or has been plus your ing. Okay, so if you would like a picture, because this is in my notes, this is not in Canvas. So if you want a picture of the answers, go ahead and grab it now.
Teacher, I had question.
Okay.
In number 3, is correct mention people or thing. For example, my work has been motivating.
Yes. Could be a people or a thing since I said what. I guess I could correct my question and say what or who. But yes,
Right.
since I said what, you could use either one.
Okay, thank you.
Here lately. So Araceli asked a question in the chat. Do you have to include lately or recently in the answer? Not necessarily. It's not necessary. I like it because it's that idea of that continuous part being kind of either temporary or okay. But it's already in the question, so if you don't put in the answer, it's fine. Right? It's just like if I say, "How are you feeling?" and you say, "Fine." Right? You don't have to say, "I am feeling fine today." Right? If it answers the question. The biggest thing here, like I said, is I want you practicing that grammar. So I want to see the grammar part. Okay. Cool. All right, everybody got a picture?
Mhm.
If you want one, you don't have to. Any more questions on this? Everybody okay so far? Okay. So let me show you the Canvas stuff real quick here at the end. Okay, so you're only going to see 4 things published right now. We'll do that tomorrow. So here's the introduction with the forms. So here's examples of all the forms: positive, negative. There are a few negative ones in your quiz. Okay, so take a look at the negatives before you do the quiz. You can do it separately, have not, or you can do the contraction, haven't. Okay. Questions and answers. Okay. Quiz is just positive and negative. You don't have to write questions. Okay. Again, a video, extra video if you want some more practice. This fill in, let me show you what it looks like. This is basically what it looks like. So there's the blank for the verb, and I tell you which verb. Okay. So she
Has
has
been working.
been working here for 5 years. There you go. Now, when you get to the negatives, you'll see where it has negative. It has the not there. So I
I haven't.
Haven't.
Or have not
I haven't been
been
Sleeping
sleeping
well
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 this
this week.
week.
this week.
Yeah, and you only have to put the verb form in here. So you don't have to copy the whole thing. You just say haven't been
sleeping.
sleeping. That's it. You're just putting in the verb forms. Okay? All right. So try that. See if it'll let me go back. Okay. Sorry, I get a little different view as the teacher. Okay. And then here is your how to use it that we did today. Again, the entire PowerPoint that we did in class is right here. Okay. I don't know why it always comes out bigger. You'll have to like shrink it a little. Okay. And then the whole PowerPoint's here. If you like to scroll, okay. If you don't like to scroll, you're gonna say, okay, what was emphasis? You can just click on the arrow and it'll show you the stuff from the thing. Okay. If you say, what was that temporary thing? You just click on this. Here you go, all the examples. And that's it right now. Just the information and that one quiz. Okay. Tomorrow we're gonna combine this with housing stuff, housing problems. Okay. And tomorrow you're gonna see that have been or has been with both the past participle and the continuing one. Okay. I know it sounds a little confusing, but I promise once we start doing the practice, it won't be. All right, let me stop the recording.